I'm hearing that all the great new content we saw is moving money at broadcast-like CPMs. For the time being, and I'm directing this at you, Torrence, the industry seems to be benefiting from a scarcity of quality inventory. We heard Elizabeth talk about that earlier. The question, though, is can premium-priced, high-quality, scarce inventory live side by side with the wonderfully democratic and abundant inventory that we've all come to really know and love?
Yes, I think they can coexist. I think Liz hit it right on the head. I think one of the things that we've suffered from as a digital industry, particularly as it relates to online video content, is the abundance of inventory and the lack of scarcity. And what we've tried to do, and I think you saw it with John, with Microsoft, for those of you who attended the Yahoo NewFronts, I mean, literally all of the NewFronts were all about how these traditionally digital media organizations are making huge investments in original content creation of really, really high quality. So you saw, the Xbox Originals is a great example of that. For Google, we have carved out a new product called Google Preferred, which basically siphons off the top 5% of premium video content on YouTube. We have an algorithm, of course, that figures out what that top tier content is based on things like viewership, subscriptions, sharing dynamics, comments, a whole array of parameters that drive or are associated with high quality content. So we've siphoned that off. It's only available for clients and agencies that have partnerships with us, deep partnerships like the one Todd described. And we're seeing tremendous uptake for that product because brands recognize, advertisers and their agencies recognize that their audiences are on platforms like YouTube, particularly the 18 to 49 and even more pronounced in the 18 to 34 audience segment. We've also introduced things like VCE and OCR audience guarantees, which is the first time that that's really come to the online platform. So that has allowed both advertisers and agencies to feel much more comfortable about the investment because they know that they're going to get delivery against those core audience targets. So that's the top 5% of our inventory. That doesn't obviate or diminish the power of the rest of the YouTube content platform. And we have auction-based products like TrueView, skippable ads that allow you to have a much more always-on view against your critical target audiences. So there's a lot of complementary dynamics between that top-tier premium content and the always-on, more ubiquitous content. I think the other thing that is an important point that should be emphasized is that our strategy is a bit different than a lot of the other media companies in that we are taking proven YouTube stars and allowing them a platform and a carved out status on YouTube to monetize more aggressively. And that's a different strategy than investing in really expensive directors and producers who have made their mark in traditional television and film. And we tried that a couple of years ago, and it's really, really hard because it's you have to pick the winners, and we all know that that content, creating really amazing content is hard. So what we've done is basically taken the genius of our YouTube creators and put that on steroids and siphon that off to allow advertisers to access that premium content.
And let the audience pick the winners.
And let the audience pick, yeah, exactly.
Interesting. So Todd, I'm not letting you off the hook here. I love the NewFronts, and I love the videos that we've seen today because of the focus on content. We've known forever that context matters for brand marketers, and yet there's been more than a worrying trend in the digital world where our best minds and technologies seem to be focused on audience, 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 regardless of context. Can I take heart in what I saw with the NewFronts, that we're returning to a balance between right person, but also right context?
I think you can. The beauty of digital to me, and the reason why we're trying to take the best practices of digital and apply it across the media landscape, is that you can do both, right? It's important to get a good understanding of audience and to make sure that you're delivering a relevant message to the right customer. That improves the experience for everyone, right? That drives return for the advertiser. It's a better advertising experience for the consumer. It drives yield for the publisher. But it's content ultimately that creates the audience. Yeah. So, and I think when we're thinking, even when we're thinking about programmatic and we're thinking about automation, the beauty of being able to use technology and interpret data in different ways is that we don't have to guess as much. Like, we can look at the impact of different contextual environments on the effectiveness of our campaign. So to me, all of this highlights the areas where premium content drives better business results. It actually proves out the value of context.